All right, for our first experiment today, we are gonna do something that I've seen many times on some cool viral videos. It's called walking water. And so I have 7 clear glasses. Now I happen to have my cool science stuff with me today. So I've got 7 beakers. They're all 250 milliliters, and I've got them the first, the third, the fifth, and the 7th beaker filled with 125 milliliters of water. That's half full. So if you were gonna try to do this at home, you need 7 glasses, fill them half full with water. So then we need 6 pieces of paper towel that we have folded into these 1-inch strips. So I just took one of our pick-a-size and I gave it a good old-fashioned fold. Let's see if I can do this here. And accordion style folded it, crease it, ta-da, we're all set. The next thing we need is food coloring. So I got this just at Meijer, and I've got the good old-fashioned red, blue, green, and yellow.
All my favorite colors.
All your favorite colors. Cool. And so I'm going to keep these back here. I know you can't see me, but you wouldn't be able to see the water if we didn't have our cool little barrier. All right, so we are going to put 5 drops of red in beaker number 1. So, want to help me count, Axel?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5. All right, and then we are going to do 5 red in beaker number 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, that's it for red. Then we are going to put blue in beaker number, see, what would this be? Beaker 5. Ready? Count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ah. All right, and then we're gonna do beaker number 3 with 5 drops of yellow.
1.
4, 5. Sorry, that one came out fast.
That's yellow.
I know.
That's
It looks really dark in the bottle for yellow.
oh, yeah.
All right, so
Hey, what about green?
make sure if you're doing this at home, you have some help just doing that little bit. I've already got this all over my fingers.
I wonder what we're going to do with the green.
With the green food coloring,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put this in any of the water, but watch what happens next. So we've got red, nothing yellow, nothing blue, nothing red. We're gonna take these pieces of paper towel, kind of fold them in half. And Axel, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one end in the colorful side and one end in the empty one. Now, the only bummer about this is that they say let it sit for an hour. We're not gonna sit here and talk to you for an hour. So we're gonna pause, do a couple other things, and then we will check back in and see what's happening with our colorful walking rainbow of water.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, for our next trick, so to speak, what we saw on the internet and what one of my friends sent me was you can draw on a glass plate with a dry erase marker. I've got some Expo markers here. And when you slowly add water, it's supposed to make the drawing dance. So we're gonna make a quick drawing and then see if that happens. All right, so Axel drew Petey the dog, right?
No, dog man.
Just kidding. That's Dog Man. Shows you what I know. And then check out my masterpiece. Oh yeah, Mr. Stick Figure. So, according to the internet, if we pour water into these pie pans really slowly, it's going to lift off our drawing and it's going to float and make it kind of look like it's dancing. Think it's going to work?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a peek in on our thing over here. Not too much action going.
All right.
Oh, his leg is dancing.
Oh, that's cool.
He's waving. Oh!
I don't want my mask.
Oh no! He lost his legs. Oh, there goes his head. Oh, I think I broke my stick man.
No, I don't want to bring my guy. Oh,
Well-
I think my guy's gonna have more action.
Well, he sure did dance. He danced his life away, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
So Axel, I'll have you hold. Why don't you hold this and then?
Old camera.
Okay, but your fingers over the camera. All right, I'm gonna try to pour a lot slower. Ready?
Yep. Oh my word. I think you should.
Oh, there went his foot.
No,
Oh, I'm getting water all over the floor.
you're ruining my masterpiece.
Oh man. Oh, well, there went his shirt buttons.
That's not his buttons. That's his logo. Oh my no.
We are gonna have a mess to clean up. Oh God, my shoes are soaked. I don't know, Axel. What do you think? Do you think this one's busted, or do you think it still kind of works?
False.
Maybe the simpler the drawing and the slower you pour your water.
Well, you gotta owe me drawing.
I owe you a drawing.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
Maybe you can draw Mr.
Well,
Sticky.
that kind of worked.
I would say this one definitely works. You just have to be super patient. We found with Iris's drawing here that if we went super, super slow, the water would pick up the little drawing. You can see the blue stick person there kind of doing a little jig, and it worked great. It was hilarious. I definitely would do this again. So what's happening is when the marker is used, it leaves behind a mixture of color and alcohol. And what happens is that water dissolves the alcohol and it leaves behind the solid pieces of color. We call those pigments. And that's why you're able to see them kind of jiggling and moving around.
Okay, so our third and final trick is apparently you can use a highlighter to make water glow in the dark. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I never heard of water ball glowing, but we should.
All right. So they said either use a highlighter or they said use tonic water. I didn't have any tonic water, but I have sparkling water. So what the heck? We're into science. Let's give it a good old-fashioned try. So the instructions say to have a water bottle with a little bit of water in it. And we're gonna destroy this highlighter and take the felt that's soaked in the highlighter fluid, and we're gonna put it in there and let it soak for a little bit. And then while we're gonna do that, I'm gonna pour some of this sparkling water into my cool beaker, and we'll see if that does anything. I'm not sure it does. So here we go. You might need some parent help for this. I got some good old-fashioned pliers. Pull the end of my highlighter off, and then hopefully this just comes right out. There we go.
Whoa! I didn't know you could.
Ooh, drop it in there.
Shake it, shake it, shake
Just
it.
shake it. Ooh, look at it. It's already kind of glowing.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
All right, so we're gonna let that sit there for a minute. And then I'm just gonna pop open my pomegranate lemonade ice mountain sparkling natural spring water.
Maybe tomorrow I could try. That sounds good.
Yeah? All right, so here we go. Ah, so refreshing.
Oh man, I want to try that.
Here, I'll leave some in there. You can try it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's go see if it worked.
Here's how the water looked before we added the highlighter.
Blacklight flashlight. We're in the bathroom. And so I'm gonna put this over. It doesn't really look like it's just glowing. It looks like it's just kind of...
We had a blacklight party at our school.
Yeah, that's with Mrs. James, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mrs. James.
Oh, snap!
Look at that.
Is that edible water?
No. That's definitely glowing.
So we can't drink it.
No, we're not going to be drinking this because
Okay.
we've added a chemical to it, and that would be icky.
And you'll get
Definitely a big difference there from the before and the after. It's glowing like at midnight bowling.
So this was a really fun one to do and pretty easy. What's happening here is the black light that's coming from our flashlight is ultraviolet light, and usually that's not visible to our eyes. And the cool part is that highlighter fluid has these things called phosphors in them, and those phosphors are what turn that UV light into visible light. It makes it glow. Kind of cool. So we're going to wrap up with the time lapse of our walking water. So what should have only taken about an hour ended up taking over 6 hours, so that was fun. We did some research in between and found that maybe we should push the cups closer together, and then we figured out we need to add more water, so you'll see we'll do that here shortly. There we go. And then poof, it started to work. Here's the final picture I took before going to bed. You can see the red and then orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and red again. The colors have been absorbed up through the paper towel over the bridge into the other cup, and you can see it's actually pooling in there, making our secondary colors. So really cool experiment. I definitely recommend you do this at home, but maybe try with a lot fuller cups than halfway full. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great week.